So Justin was just telling me about some exciting things happening on Sunset Boulevard in LA.
Yes.
Please do tell.
There is a whole, with everything being closed down in the pandemic, and we're all trying to find our new normals in
Yes.
these unprecedented times.
Yes.
I live in West Hollywood, so when I ever have to go to the Comedy Store, I usually walk up there because I'm going to have a couple drinks, whatever. So I'm not driving because I'm responsible. But Saddle Ranch, the iconic...
Which was, you guys, for the older crowd, that is where Miranda got her groove back when they all, Sex and the City, all went to LA.
Yes,
and they got on the
Mechanical Bull.
Mechanical Bull.
It also had a brief show on E!
Oh, about the people that worked there.
The people that
Another
worked
great
there.
E! show. Wonder what happened there.
Uh-huh.
So basically the story started. I was like, wait, we have to get Kelly back here and repeat. You said, did you know that Saddle Ranch is the new Hyde nightclub? And I go, what are you talking about? Now go.
Back in the early 2000s, Hyde was the hottest spot on the Strip. So like Paris Hilton would go there. I think Britney didn't wear panties one night there.
Yes.
And like it was like
That's
Lindsay
fun. Good
Lohan. All
times.
these people would go. But now that's gone. A lot of businesses are closed. But Saddle Ranch has moved all of their furniture, minus the Mechanical Bull, outside into the parking lot.
Yes.
They put some like Rascal Flatts video Edison bulbs hanging from the top. You know, it's very
the Edison bulb.
Yeah.
The light bulb look is like so hot right now.
So light bulbs are having a moment.
Light bulbs.
Yes. Light bulb. Trend alert. Light bulbs. Edison. What's another one? LED.
Yeah.
So one night I was walking up Sunset and I looked over and there was a line outside, like you're going into a club, and I'm like, what is happening here? First of all, the food is like meh.
Yeah, no.
It's meh. If you want like a tall barrel of cotton candy on your table
or some
Saddle Ranch,
nachos.
It's blech. And I'm looking around, there's paparazzi and cameras everywhere, and I'm like, what is going on here? Mind you, I'm also looking around and realizing that these are all children. It looks as though I visited Treasure Island or whatever, Pleasure Island in Pinocchio, where all the kids are running amok. That was it. It was Lord of the Flies on Sunset. And I'm just like, what? Who are these children? Who are these unattended children?
Yeah.
And so I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't know. So I go to the Comedy Store, and then I finish the set, and I go outside, and I see these cameras coming down, walking down the street, and I'm like, who the hell is this? And I see 4 kids. They have their hoodies on. They've got their bangs in their front because they have big, large foreheads. But that's how kids are wearing their hair now.
But do you think that TikTok stars have developed larger foreheads?
Yes.
Are you saying like evolution?
Mm-hmm.
This generation has larger foreheads than the previous one.
It's all the input they're getting from their screens.
Interesting.
And the narcissism is swelling their heads.
Wow.
Yes. So
yes.
These guys walk by. One of my comic buddies is like, what is this? Who are these people? And I'm like I felt like an old sailor. I was like, TikTokers. Like I knew, there go the TikTokers. And so and then I'm walking back towards Saddle Ranch, and sure enough, there's like all the Sway House and the Hype House and Charlie D'Amelio and all. Like I know their names. That's what's terrifying.
I know.
And they're all just like, hey guys, we do 15 seconds of dance and we're worth $5 million. And you're like, I hate my life. I'm jumping off the 101. Like.
Yes.
It's so crazy, but it's kind of a phenomenon that these people, like these kids, are just like, we've got to go to Saddle Ranch tonight. And I'm like, oh God! Like
every time I was picking up Brandon, and he was just like on his phone, not paying attention. My 14-year-old son, and I go, Charlie D'Amelio.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's so bonkers. These kids just like.
So it's
very sexual too. They're very. It's strange. I feel weird for like my nieces and my nephew who are like 13 and 12. Like. Again, like what I said, guys with their dongs flopping in their pants and looking into the camera, biting their lip, and you're just like, okay, relax.
Yes!
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Okay, then I want to talk about Jeffree Star really quick.
Okay.
So let me just remind people who Jeffree Star is. He is like a big makeup entrepreneur guy. He was a makeup artist who then became a YouTube star. He's got a ton of plastic surgeries, ton of tattoos. He's super wealthy. He has a new pink like Lamborghini every day. always showing all the.
Here's my palette this week.
Yes,
Here's my new
he has
palette.
a new palette every week, which I've talked about. For people that wear makeup like me, like a good eyeshadow palette can last you like literally 5 years.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. I guess people just are collecting them like Beanie Babies. I don't get it.
Well,
but
he also looks like the White Walker King's like gay son. Like from Game of Thrones. Like it's he has this like blonde Crystal Gale hair.
yes,
Like it's
the no
all the way
eyebrows,
down.
tons of makeup. Dresses very feminine, but like does not.
Androgyny.
Yes,
It's very
yes.
like, am I a girl? Am I a boy? Whatever. Like,
Yes.
however, it's like there's nothing that terrifies me more than A, the pandemic, and B, makeup gurus. Like,
Okay.
it's a whole community that terrifies the shit out of me. They all fight each other. They hate each other, but then they all apologize. But then 2 weeks later, there's like a new like. We're
YouTube
canceling
thing,
each
yeah.
other. You know, some woman, I don't even know her name. She's just like, this isn't how it's supposed to happen. I'm like, it's blush. Calm down. Like, and so Jeffree Star is like kind of the alien queen of the
Yes.
whole makeup hive.
Somebody wrote recently, like, I don't know why, but he terrifies me.
Scares me.
It's scary because
Yeah.
the look of
Yes.
him is very like
Freddy
evil
Krueger.
queen. Yeah,
Yes.
with the super long
Let's
nails.
get into the nails.
Yes.
The nails terrify me. James Charles' nails and Jeffree Star's nails like give me like Babadook vibes where like I'm asleep and you see the hand come into frame over your head. It's Freddy Krueger when Johnny Depp's asleep, the hand coming out
Yes.
is James Charles. And it's the one when they have like, okay, let's get into it. They clickety clack the acrylics and it's just like stop. The only person who can clickety clack their acrylics is Dolly Parton, okay? Because
All
that
right.
was an instrument back in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee or wherever the fuck she was from. But they all hate each other. Now James Charles is in with the Sway House.
And the Sway Houses are a bunch of
Bunch of
people
straight dudes.
that live in a house
In
called
a
the Sway
house,
House.
yes.
Okay.
And they all like grind with each other and lip sync, you know, talent.
Yeah.
And James is now like the hey sisters, you know, it's God, la la la. Like so James is like the new Supreme, where he's trying to rise and suck the life force out of Jeffree Star, but Jeffree Star is not letting him.
Yes.
And there is a video of the two of them doing makeup, and James is just yappity yapping, and Jeffree's just like, cool. Like, it's a whole
And then
thing.
Jeffree had something bad happen recently with a lover that he had who stole from him, right?
I mean, don't we all? So Jeffree had this guy who was
Jeffree had a Dirty John.
Yeah, he did have a Dirty John. That's his new palette, Dirty John, coming out next week. Where
Then it's all the things would be like, took my Louis Vuitton, cleaned out my
Triflin'.
one checking account. Yeah.
like trifling shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he like cleaned out, like stole a bag, stole some stuff, and Jeffree got on social media and was like, "It's fine, I'll just get new ones. It's just the fact of the matter." And it's so much, and he's like, "I'll just get a new one anyways. I could just go buy a new one." And it's like, okay, we get it. We get it.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the
Thank
terrifying.
you for the lowdown on all that inside
It's
scoop.
a lot. It gives me panic attacks. It really does, because I'm just like, am I the crypt keeper? Like, what is happening? Like, all these like young kids are just like, just getting money thrown at them left
Well,
and
being
right.
that Halloween is around the
I
corner,
should be the-
I went to the Tik Tok first annual Halloween party.
Where was this?
Last
When?
year. Last year. On Halloween night.
And live to tell the tale.
Live to tell. TikTok was so new and happening that
Yeah.
they immediately verified me. And I went and I asked both my sons at the time, 13 and 16, do you guys want to go to this TikTok party? No.
Oh,
I'm like,
biggest mistake of their lives.
biggest mistake of your life. Peter and I went. There was no line for
You were the
alcohol.
chaperones.
No line for alcohol because no one was over 21.
Yep.
We had pizza with these kids. I mean, I was like, what is this? And then we get in, like, you know, one of those Hollywood parties, we have to get in that subsidized, like that van that then takes you back to the parking lot.
Oh, the
'cause
shuttle? Yeah.
The shuttle, because it's such scary parking. There's no way you can, they don't even let an Uber drop you off. You have to get, and so it's like, now the party's over. Everyone wants to get in that van. And it is like the Titanic with the side ships,
yes.
the little boats, like
Yes.
where you're like literally like, I have a child at home.
Yeah.
So like
Is there anyone alive out there?
I get in there and I don't know if I'll send the video. We'll show the video. But I had these hot TikTok boys singing in the car on the way home, and they all lived in that mansion together somewhere.
Who was it? Do you remember?
Oh God! But now they're probably huge. Probably then people might not have known. I'll look them up. I'll put them out there. Yeah. So I know what you mean, and but it's but I do enjoy it, and I'm you know what? Hey, kid.
Have you seen them in the wild?
Oh, another in the wild. No, well, that was I kind of saw them in the wild at that party, but I'll have to go to Saddleback now.
Saddle Ranch.
Saddle Ranch, yeah.
No, but like, have you seen them in the wild doing TikToks?
Oh yes, I see them everywhere, like at parks.
That's a whole thing.
Where you see them at parks,
and they're just doing like the
or
dance.
like someone's just sitting on the top of a car.
If I hear that Taylor Swift song one more time, they're doing it to Fleetwood Mac for me, and I love Fleetwood Mac.
Me
but I'm
too.
like, okay, we get it. You know the song Dreams.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I got 8.9 million views on a TikTok with my son.
Oh.
And I said, this is the other thing he wanted to regret, but he says he won't regret it. I said, well, wait, before I knew it was going to change my life, which it hasn't, but before I knew it was going to be a hit, I said, well, let's tag you. You're in it, you know? And he's like, no, I don't need a bunch of Karen moms following me, Mom. And I'm like,
don't you?
Whoa. The reason it went is because you're like cute and some little girl saw it.
Yeah.
But whatever, stick with your, solid 100 viewers where he like wakes up and he's like, someone stopped following me today. I'm like, welcome to Hollywood, kid.
Yeah, welcome to Hollywood. Get in line. You need those Karens. I embrace a Karen. I do. I'm sure they're having a rough time, and that's what I'm here for. I know they're mad in a Wendy's, but like I want to be there to calm them down because Karen is Sharon. So, and that needs to be a sitcom, Karen and Sharon.
I just had a little moment of and I'm going to say it. I had someone reach out to have me be on their brand new podcast. Mm-hmm. That only had like 3 episodes, and they made a graphic with me as like a guest, which is kind of smart. In my real estate days, they said, before you go on your real estate appointment, actually make a brochure of the person's house. And they're like, oh my God, you already did all this work. How can I say no?
Right.
Kind of a brilliant marketing thing. Except my name was misspelled. And I couldn't do it anyway because I'm going to be busy that weekend. But the hip Heather, homeschool Heather, said, Heather, just say you're busy. Let it go. Uh-huh. And then there's this other part that's like, you know what? I've been around this town kind of long. It's Heather McDonald, not Heather MacDonald. Yeah. Okay? And I would think if you're going to try to get someone on your show, you might have Googled and made sure the name was correct. Mm-hmm. So I Karened out and I did politely decline. And then I said, in the future, you may want to check the spelling. My name is McDonald, not MacDonald. Mm-hmm. And I sent it to Chris Frangiola and I said, was this too Karen of me? And he goes, it's a little harsh. I go, but is it?
No, it's your name.
Because then I had someone else that I know that's trying to get a job in a business that I think wouldn't behoove them to be so sexy on Instagram. I'm being more just because they listen. But, and I said to my sister, I go, I think I should let this girl know, who's our friend, to get rid of some of the ass shots, some of the bikini shots on Instagram, and replace it with some food prep, maybe a museum photo.
A DIY.
Yeah, just if you're gonna have one, have an outfit if it's like a blazer and you're standing with a cute purse, but maybe not from behind.
Yeah, looking back.
Yeah, like this, And I did that Karen text, and my sister said, again, too much, Karen, too much. Go back to being hip homeschool Heather. Don't do it. And I go, I have to. I am a Karen mom. I have to let this girl, I can't, this is such a simple thing that she can change. Yes. It's going to keep her from getting Anyway, she wrote me back. She said, thank you. And she had gone a step further and made her thing private.
Good.
And I thought, you know what? you know, now people are going to go, no, that's not being a Karen. A Karen is whatever you want to call it. I'm saying there is that part of me that it's more like the mom in me.
Yes, you're
where I'm
looking out
like
for the future of girls.
Yes, I'm looking out for, and mom, like, hey, do your spell check, especially when you're writing someone a business letter.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of that, but I can see why if someone gets it, they're like, well, fuck that bitch, you know, instead of like, oh my God, I feel like an idiot. We'll see what the response is about the name. I mean, I've gone to places where I'm performing for the weekend, and it's Heather MacDonald.
Yeah.
Who is also a really conservative writer. So about once a week, I get a horrible tweet. So anyway, it's Heather MacDonald is me. And I've been like, and then the Catholic guilt is like, God, do I make that guy get on a ladder and take out that A?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only here for 3 days.
Well,
Why should I bother anyone?
No,
I'm only here for 3 days. I'm only performing for 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Do I say something? And then all that fucking diva, you know, right up there with Mariah Carey. Just right up there.
But it's misleading because you're doing your job. Why can't they do theirs? Like my buddy Moses. Do you know Moses Storm?
I know the name, but I don't know
so
well.
he was in like Texas or something this past weekend. He posted on his Instagram. It was so funny. It was like Moses Strom.
Yes.
And he's like, it's fine. And the Addison Improv, that marquee is like really high up there. He's like, you know what? We're just gonna get through this. And it's like.
But that's such a thing of a comedian versus like a singer.
Yeah.
Because so many people have posted like the wrong. Obviously, I'm not the only person or him that's happened to. And so many of us have the same attitudes of just like, because we are self-deprecating. Every comedian is self-deprecating.
Yes.
And so it's like we think of ourselves as like, probably don't deserve to have the proper name. You know, like.
We're broken.
We're just
so is our
weird.
name.
We're just weird clowns that like just do. We're not Mariah Carey with like the voice of a dolphin. You know,
but
we
get
don't.
us drunk at karaoke. We can think we are.
Oh my God, can't wait for karaoke to come back and shared mics and spit.
Oh,
can't wait. Get that vaccine out. Justin, I love you for the second time. Bye.